Welcome to Easy Peasy Books, From Author to Authority, the lively and engaging podcast for business professionals who've always believed they have a book in them. I'm your host, Gillian Whitney. Join me as I chat with authors and industry experts from all around the world to explore simple strategies to write, publish, and leverage your business book. Whether you're an entrepreneur, executive, or an employee, this podcast is for you. Hey, everybody. It's almost New Year's Eve, and I just got done doing a special 1-hour LinkedIn live event, which was a LinkedIn 2024 year in review. And I pondered about how to use this with the podcast, because after all, it's about LinkedIn and it's not necessarily geared for authors. So what I decided to do is have a little help from my AI friends. And I downloaded the recording. I transcribed the recording. Then I repurposed it into a quick little article about how the live was relevant for business book authors. And then I thought I would do something fun and take that article and upload it to a new tool I recently found out about, which is called Notebook LM. And it's a program from Google. It doesn't cost anything to use it. And what you can do is you can upload a document and have AI do a deep dive. And it's got an audio feature where I actually have two AI bots chit-chatting about doing the deep dive and giving their thoughts. So I thought it would be kind of fun, but it covers so many of the points that we talked about. And hey, let's just see how we can use AI more. And I hope you enjoy it.
Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. We're doing a special New Year's Eve deep dive tonight.
Oh, very nice.
To help you get 2025 started off right.
Love it.
And especially if you are a business book author.
Okay.
Or thinking about becoming one.
Yeah.
This is for you.
Awesome.
So we've got a whole stack of notes here from a LinkedIn 2024 year in review session. And let me tell you, there is some seriously valuable stuff in here for business book authors.
Well, what's so fascinating about this is how much LinkedIn has really become the platform, you know, for authors to connect with their ideal readers.
Yeah.
It's not like those other social media sites where, you know, you're trying to like grab attention between dance challenges and cat videos.
Right.
LinkedIn is really built for professionals.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think some authors still kind of think of LinkedIn as like, just a place to find a job.
Right.
Not to like build readership.
That's a really common misconception.
Yeah.
But think about it. Who's more likely to buy your book on, say, business strategy?
Okay.
Someone scrolling through TikTok.
Okay.
Or someone on LinkedIn.
Right.
Looking for professional development resources.
Okay. Yeah. You've convinced me.
All right.
So what were some of the big changes in 2024 that LinkedIn made that authors need to know about?
Well, one of the biggest, I think, was the focus on verification. It is so easy now to become verified on LinkedIn. You can use your driver's license or passport. And Debbie Weems, who is this awesome global LinkedIn connector, she shared that verified profiles see a 20% increase in connection requests.
Wow.
So that's a huge jump. And think about if you're an author trying to get your book in front of more people.
Right.
That's 20% more potential readers.
Yeah. And I saw that they have that affidavit option, too, for people who don't want to use an ID.
They do. Yes.
But it seems like using an ID would be better.
You know what? You're probably right, because that blue check mark it gives you instant credibility. And as an author, you're trying to build trust with potential readers. So, yeah, I think you're onto something there.
Okay, so verification, we got that one checked off.
Mm-hmm.
What about content? Any like cool updates there?
Oh, tons of updates.
Yeah.
You will not believe what they've done with newsletters. They've got comments, templates, even the ability to embed video.
Really?
Imagine that.
Yeah.
You could share a chapter excerpt with your subscribers.
Right.
To get them excited before your book even comes out.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, I think so. And scheduled posts are now fully editable, which is going to be a lifesaver for managing, everyone's content calendar.
Right. Yeah. And did you catch that update to the save feature?
Oh, yeah. Debbie called it her happy hour button. because she saves articles to read later.
Oh, I love that. I do the same thing.
Do you really?
Yeah, I'm scrolling through my feed and I see an article about, like the latest trends in the publishing industry or something like that. I hit that save button and tag it for later. It's like I'm building my own little research library.
That's brilliant. I love that. And, since we're talking about content, we can't forget about video.
Right. Gillian Whitney, the LinkedIn Live expert, she had a lot to say about video.
Oh, she did.
And it seems like it's only getting bigger and bigger on the platform.
It really is. I mean, it's becoming so dominant. Think about the possibilities for authors, though. You could host a live Q&A session with readers.
Okay.
You could tease upcoming chapters or even have like a virtual book launch.
Yeah, I like those.
Yeah.
And they have those calendar integrations now,
Right.
so people can get reminders.
Absolutely.
Which is nice. And if they miss the live, they can catch the replay.
Exactly. Super smart move by LinkedIn.
Yeah, it is. So, okay, you've got the video content, and now you've got to make sure the right people are seeing it.
That's where the strategy comes in.
Right. I was really fascinated by Kevin D. Turner's bookmarking system. Oh, yeah.
It's so much more than just, saving random links.
Oh, absolutely.
He actually creates these targeted collections
Yes.
for different purposes.
For different purposes. Exactly. So for an author, you could have collections for reader engagement ideas
Okay.
or industry trends or potential collaborators.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. And imagine having all those resources organized and easy to access.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Mm.
And then there's Jeff Young's advice on engagement.
Oh, yes.
It's not about liking every single post.
No.
It's about quality interactions.
Exactly. Quality over quantity.
Right. And I love his double bell tip.
Oh, the double bell tip is brilliant. Instead of passively liking posts, you choose to be notified.
Oh,
Every time someone who is important to your book's success shares something, influencers. Yes, exactly. You're staying top of mind without being overwhelming.
right. So how can our listener who is, busy writing their book and marketing their book,
Yeah.
how can they actually apply this? Well, think about it this way. You can use bookmarking to gather content that's going to resonate with your readers.
Okay.
And then by sharing those curated collections, you're positioning yourself as a thought leader.
Right.
And then with engagement, that double bell tip,
Right.
it can help you nurture relationships with key influencers who might, review your book or invite you to speak at an event.
That's a good idea. Okay, so we've covered the big changes and strategies from 2024.
Yes.
So what about 2025?
Oh, yes.
What's on the horizon?
Buckle up, because we're stepping into the future of LinkedIn.
Okay.
One prediction that really stood out was the rise of long-form video.
Long-form video on LinkedIn.
On LinkedIn. Yeah.
What exactly does that look like?
Well, think beyond those quick tips.
Right.
And those little, sound bites.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking in-depth interviews, detailed chapter summaries, maybe even a virtual book club discussion posted right on LinkedIn.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So with all this video coming up, do you think written content is going to...
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going anywhere. I think written content will always be valuable, especially for authors
Right.
who, excel in that format.
Right.
It's about finding the right balance and choosing the format that really showcases your expertise.
So it's not either, it's just adding another tool to the
Exact.
tool belt.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And, in addition to the long form video,
Right.
the experts are also predicting more sophisticated content categorization
Okay.
and greater control over our feed preferences.
What does that mean?
Well, think about it. LinkedIn is moving towards giving users more control over the content they see.
Oh, okay.
So that means that people who are genuinely interested in your book
Right.
or your industry or your unique perspective
Mhm.
can choose to prioritize your posts
Over others.
over others.
Exactly.
But with so much content coming at people all the time,
Oh, I know.
how do you stand out?
It goes back to authenticity and value.
Are you consistently sharing valuable insights?
Mhm.
Are you engaging in thoughtful conversations? Are you building those genuine relationships?
Right.
If you are, people are going to want to see more of your content.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
This is reminding me of something that Jeff Young said.
Oh, yeah.
In the year in review session, he talked about quality over quantity
Yes,
when it comes to engagement.
absolutely. And remember that double bell strategy?
Yeah.
It's a perfect example of how to prioritize quality engagement over just getting those likes and comments.
Right. It's showing that you're genuinely interested in what they're...
Exactly. Or building that relationship,
Mm.
which could lead to someone reviewing your book,
Right.
or inviting you to an event,
Or just becoming
a loyal reader.
a fan.
Exactly. So it sounds like all these cool features that we've been talking about, they're really just tools.
They are.
The real magic comes from, using them authentically
It does.
to connect with people and build those relationships.
You hit the nail on the head.
Okay, good.
I am so excited to see how LinkedIn is creating this environment where authenticity is rewarded.
Yeah.
And, remember that prediction about them really emphasizing verified content?
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to really crack down on misinformation.
They are. They want to make it easier to find those credible voices.
Right. And so that's a great opportunity for author
Oh, huge opportunity.
to get verified
Yes. Get that check mark.
and be that source of,
Truth and information.
truth and expertise.
Yeah.
So they're actually helping
Yeah.
by, making those
By highlighting those verified.
profiles
Yeah.
and authentic engagement.
Yeah, exactly.
They're helping you to stand out.
They are. Absolutely.
That's great. So as we head into 2025 and beyond, do you think this is going to continue?
I think so. I think LinkedIn is, moving away from just this networking platform,
Okay.
and it's becoming a place where, thought leaders, experts, authors can build these thriving communities around their work.
Okay. This is a lot to digest.
It is.
We've covered a lot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's take a moment to let all of this sink in.
Yes.
And then we will come back and explore how all these changes can really help you achieve your goals as an author in 2025.
Sounds good.
All right.
Welcome back. You guys ready to jump back into the world of LinkedIn?
Oh, yeah. I'm feeling energized now.
I know, me too. We were just talking before the break about how important authenticity is on LinkedIn,
Right.
especially as it gets, more and more sophisticated.
Yeah.
So how do you balance that with, actually using all these new features effectively?
Right. Like it's easy to get caught up in, all the bells and whistles.
Right. And forget that you're talking to actual human beings.
Right. Exactly. So
Yeah.
how do we do that?
Well, let's take that long form video as an example.
Okay.
Imagine you're, hosting this viral book club discussion right on LinkedIn.
Okay.
It's going to be tempting to, overscript it
Right.
and plan out every little detail.
Have your talking points.
Yes.
Yes.
Have your talking points, but don't be afraid to let your personality shine through.
Right.
Be open to, those spontaneous conversations.
Right.
Encourage, your viewers to participate.
It's a conversation.
Exactly. It's a conversation.
Yeah.
So now that we've covered the big trends and predictions,
Yeah.
let's break down the panel's top tips
Okay.
for dominating LinkedIn as an author in 2025.
All right.
Think of this as your action plan for the year ahead.
Okay.
Ready?
Hit me with it.
All right. All right. The first tip, and this one can't be stressed enough.
Yeah.
Be genuine.
Okay.
Share real insights from your book, from your experience. Let your personality shine through.
Okay, that makes sense. People want to connect with a real person,
Right.
not a marketing robot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah.
Number 2, master content management.
Hmm.
Leverage those bookmarking and scheduling features we talked about
Yeah.
to stay organized, to stay efficient.
Okay. So no more like scrambling
Exactly.
to come up with a post at the last minute.
Exactly. A little planning goes a long way.
Right.
Tip number 3, get verified.
Okay.
We talked about how easy it is, so make it a priority.
Yeah.
That blue check mark builds trust.
Hmm.
You'd be surprised how many people actually look for it
Really?
before engaging with someone's content.
Wow. It's like a stamp of approval
Right.
from LinkedIn itself.
Exactly.
All right. What's tip number 4?
Engage consistently.
Okay.
Remember, quality over quantity.
Right.
It's better to have a few in-depth conversations
Yeah.
than to be like spraying out generic comments everywhere.
So it's not about being the loudest voice in the room. It's about being the most thoughtful.
Exactly.
I like that.
And finally, tip number 5,
Okay.
embrace video.
Okay.
This is where you can really stand out
Mm.
and connect with your audience on a deeper level.
Oh,
Whether it's in LinkedIn Live, pre-recorded videos,
yeah.
or even just adding a short video to your written posts.
Hmm.
Experiment and find what works best for you.
It's funny. At the beginning of this deep dive,
Yeah.
I was a little intimidated
Yeah.
by the idea of creating videos, but now I'm actually starting to get excited about it.
I love that.
I can see how powerful it could be for connecting with readers.
That's the power of good information. You can change your whole perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
So there you have it.
Okay.
5 simple but powerful steps
Okay.
to help you make LinkedIn your author superpower in 2025.
I love that phrase, author superpower.
Yeah.
It really captures, I think, the essence of what we've been talking about. It's not about like manipulating algorithm
Right.
or chasing vanity metrics or any of that.
Right.
It's about using LinkedIn strategically and authentically
Yes.
to connect with your ideal readers and build a thriving community around your book.
Well said.
Yeah.
And the beauty of it is you don't have to be a social media guru to succeed.
Right.
Just be yourself, share your unique insights,
Yeah.
and engage with your audience authentically.
So no more comparing ourselves to those LinkedIn influencers
No.
with millions of followers.
Nope.
Okay.
You remember those huge follower counts?
Yeah.
They don't necessarily translate
Right.
to book sales or meaningful connections.
Right. It's about quality, not quantity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Focus on building relationships
Yeah.
with the people who are genuinely interested in your work,
Right.
and the rest will follow.
That's such a refreshing perspective.
Yeah, it
It
is.
takes the pressure off.
For sure.
Yeah.
So as we're,
Mm.
wrapping up this New Year's Eve deep dive,
Okay.
what's the one big takeaway you want our listeners to remember?
Mm-hmm.
I think the overarching theme here is that LinkedIn has evolved
Yeah.
into so much more than just a job hunting site.
Right.
It's a powerful platform
Yeah.
for authors to connect with readers, to build their brand,
Yeah.
and to share their expertise with the world.
And the best part is you don't need to be
Right.
like a tech whiz
Yeah.
or a marketing expert
Right.
to make it work for you.
Exactly.
You just need to be willing to be yourself, share your unique perspective, and connect with your audience authentically.
Exactly. And don't forget, have fun with it.
Yeah.
LinkedIn can be a really enjoyable platform
Okay.
if you approach it with the right mindset.
As we've been talking,
Yeah.
I've been thinking about
Yeah.
Kevin D. Turner's nickname, the king of new features.
Yeah.
And it struck me that,
Yeah.
you don't need to be royalty to rule LinkedIn.
Right.
You just need to be authentic, be strategic, and be ready to connect in 2025.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's the perfect LinkedIn mantra for success.
Mm-hmm.
So as we raise a glass to the new year,
Yeah.
let's all commit to making 2025 our best year yet on LinkedIn.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
And happy writing, everyone.
Happy writing. And one last thought
Okay.
before we sign off.
Yeah.
Remember those amazing LinkedIn experts we mentioned?
You mean Debbie Weems, Jeff Young, Kevin D. Turner, and Gillian Whitney.
Very same.
Yeah.
If you want to learn even more about rocking LinkedIn in 2025,
Yeah.
I highly recommend checking out their profiles and content.
Okay.
They're constantly sharing valuable insights and tips.
Right.
So following them is like having your own personal LinkedIn mentorship team.
And they're also engaging and entertaining, too. It's not just like dry technical advice.
Right.
They make learning about LinkedIn fun and accessible.
Exactly. Plus, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe you'll even get inspired to start creating your own LinkedIn Live videos or finally launch that newsletter you've been thinking about.
The possibilities are endless.
They are.
And with the right strategy and mindset,
Yeah.
LinkedIn can truly become your author's superpower.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I think that about wraps it up for this New Year's Eve deep dive.
All right. Sounds good.
Any final thoughts?
I think you covered it all.
All right. So here's to a successful and fulfilling 2025.
Cheers to that.
May your connections be strong, your content engaging,
Yeah.
and your books flying off the virtual shelf.
And happy writing, everyone.
Happy writing.
It's like having a direct line to the LinkedIn royalty
Yeah.
without all the pomp and circumstance.
And speaking of royalty,
Yeah.
didn't one of the experts have a tip about using LinkedIn to find beta readers?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Jeff Young.
Yeah.
He suggested creating a post specifically asking for beta readers within your network.
Oh, cool.
And you can even target it to people with certain skills or interests
Yeah.
using LinkedIn's filtering option.
What a brilliant idea.
Yeah, it's like having a pool of
Right.
qualified readers
Yeah.
right at your fingertips.
It takes all the guesswork out of it.
Totally.
Yeah. And it plays right into that whole idea of using LinkedIn for what it's designed for.
Right.
Connecting professionals with short interests.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not about broadcasting to the masses.
Right.
It's about finding your tribe
Uh-huh.
and building those meaningful connections.
So as we wrap up this New Year's Eve deep dive,
Okay.
let's raise a glass to all the amazing business book authors out there
Yes.
who are ready to make 2025 their year on LinkedIn.
Cheers to that. And remember,
Cheers.
you don't need a fancy marketing degree or a million followers
Right.
to make a splash on LinkedIn.
Right.
You just need to be you, share your expertise, and be ready to connect with your ideal readers.
Here's to a successful and fulfilling 2025. May your connections be strong, your content engaging, and your books flying off the virtual shelves.
And happy writing, everyone.
Happy writing.
Okay, it's back to me, Gillian, the human being here. So I hope that you enjoyed that little exercise in how we can use AI technology to make some cool audio recordings. So I don't know if I'll ever use that again, just a one-time experiment. And I thought this was kind of fun. If you would like to watch the whole LinkedIn Live event, you can either go to LinkedIn and see it there, or you can access it on YouTube. And I will put the link in the show notes if you decide you'd rather go see 4 human beings talking instead of 2 AI bots. Wishing you a happy 2025. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Easy Peasy Books, From Author to Authority. If you found value in today's episode, I'd be grateful if you could leave us a review. It helps other aspiring authors discover our podcast. To learn more about writing, publishing, and leveraging your business book, visit my website at easypeasybooks.com.